Today I'm going to be talking about an effective classroom management tool that I use personally in my classroom called ClassDojo. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is the ability to have multiple classes on your ClassDojo. So the first class that I have is my homeroom class that I have for most of the day. But I also have my workstation group since my school and grade level does our workstations homogeneously, so they are based on their MAP scores. So you're able to have two classes or as many classes as you want, and you're able to split that up, whether you're a lower grade teacher where you teach the same kids all day long, or a higher grade level teacher and you have a multitude of students coming in and out of your room every day. So you just pick a class you want to see, and here are all my students as of now. So there's a couple things that you can do from here. It can show you your classroom, which is just the overview. Portfolios, so it'll break down the point system for every student. Class story is if you ever want to add events or pictures, and messages is your ability to message parents. Over here, this is where you would invite parents. Parents are able to see only their students' positive scores. It wouldn't show any points that you take away from them. And students are actually able to have their own login as well, for them to track their own progress. Now, each student's points are in the green circle, and it also shows the whole class points. So I not only allow my students the ability to trade in their points for individual prizes, but I allowed the students to pick two whole class prizes that they wanted to work towards. So once they get to that certain amount of whole class points, they would have to come to a vote, and then obviously the greater side would win, whether yes they want to trade their points in or no, because each student would trade in all of their points to get one prize is an ice cream party, one prize is popcorn and a movie. So it truly allows them to work together. Another great aspect that allows them to work together is the grouping that I'm able to do. So I sort them by their tables. So it kind of puts a little friendly competition spin on it. So you're able to reward an entire table at a time instead of having to individually click through students. Now for going through points, you can either click on an individual student and reward them positive points or negative points where they would need work. And you're also able to edit those skills where you can take them away or add a new one. You can type in anything that you'd want. And you are also able to, this is where you would redeem their points. You would type in the number of points that the student is redeeming and then the name of the reward down below, instead of having to subtract up to 5 points at a time, because 5 points is the maximum amount that they can either gain or lose at one single click. One thing that you're looking at now is my own ClassDojo reward certificates and their pocket folders. So the pocket folders are simply 3x5 templates that you're able to just print and laminate and glue onto 3x5 library cards. They're really easy to display in your room so kids can constantly look at them, and they know that that reward is waiting for them. And then the reward certificate is just a simple piece of paper. You cut them out and refill them as needed. I like these options because it allows a lot of freedom for the students. I personally had my students choose their own rewards. I allowed them to choose their own rewards. However, I chose the points that they were each worth. And they were also able to choose 2 whole class rewards, and they can all trade in their points for those. Looking at the iPad interface, it is a lot similar to the desktop interface. You are still able to go back and choose whichever class you want to. You're able to see all of your students. You are able to select multiple students at a time and provide a reward, whether it be positive or negative. And you are able to see all of their points. You're able to see your groups just like on the regular screen. You are also able to quickly select a few students. For example, if you're walking down the hallway, you're able to reward them for being quiet or following procedures, really quickly and it's consistent, and that's what a lot of students need and strive for in the classroom.